Winston, good to see you. Today we are talking about the hidden and not so hidden fees, penalties, and taxes in retirement. It's not easy to determine what we'll need to live on in retirement. That calculation is made even more difficult because there could be a few surprise expenses and some penalties that can last a lifetime. So we're breaking down those hidden costs in order of severity. The first one is known as the IRMAA penalty. What is it?
Well, basically, IRMAA is a tax, if you will, on a tax. So when you look at Medicare for what it is, Medicare is a tax because everybody has to have it. Everybody has the same plan, but not everybody pays the same price. So for example, if you are financially successful and you have a very high modified adjusted gross income in retirement, you're going to pay more for your Medicare than perhaps your neighbor who's just living on Social Security. All right. And that's what IRMAA is. You can see it on the chart here that for married filing jointly, for instance, $194,000 or less, your Part B premium is going to be $164.90. Whereas if you get up into the $500,000 or more category, above 750,000, I should say, or more for married filing jointly, you could be seeing $560 a month. Okay.
Wow.
So that's a pretty big difference for the exact same policy. That's called progressive taxation.
And that is a monthly charge. That is unbelievable.
That's right. That's right.
All right, let's talk about the Medicare Part B and D penalty. This penalty is for life. How do we avoid it?
Well, it's really a very simple thing, okay? You are given a 7-month window to sign up for Medicare when the time comes. The 3 months before your birthday, the month of your birthday, and the 3 months following your birthday. That 7-month window, that's your opportunity to sign up for these programs. And if you fail to do that within that time, you will be given a penalty. And that penalty, while it's not really huge, it's there for life and it adds up. Yeah, so we encourage you, do it when you're supposed to do it. Take care of business.
Mm-hmm. And next, we have to talk about inflation, which has been the story of the day for years now. I was surprised to learn that 42% of people have never calculated what they'll need to live on in retirement. And of those who do, they often fail to take inflation into account.
That's right. Here at Winston & Companies, one of the very first things we'll ask our prospective new clients is to fill out a budget worksheet, okay? Try to anticipate what their needs are going to be in retirement. Inflation has taken a big bite, not a little bite, but a big bite out of everybody's apple here recently in the last couple of years. And you have got to build inflation into your retirement. We help compensate for that inflation through the use of laddering strategies and building pay raises in as time goes by. You have to take that into account. If your current financial advisor is not talking to you about that, really encourage you to get a second opinion on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so important. Also, I just want to mention this as well. Of course, you know this. The Social Security cost of living adjustment is tied with inflation, but that jump usually comes in lockstep with another increase in Medicare costs.
That's absolutely correct, Erin. And not only in Medicare costs, but just in general. I'll give you a great example. My own mother lives in a large complex. It's a condominium complex. Soon as that Medicare increase came out, guess what else went up? Their homeowners association fee every month went up, not to mention the Medicare premium. So every time there's an increase in that cost of living adjustment on your Social Security, you can kind of count on it being washed out because everybody's in tune with it. You've got to use your other non-Social Security assets, your IRAs, 401ks, retirement accounts, and build those things where you have increasing income. And most importantly, if you can get those to be tax-free, you've done yourself a real big favor.
I'm glad you brought that up because taxes, of course, is our next hidden, not so hidden tax, right? They can be a huge expense in retirement without proper planning, especially if you have none of that tax-free money to tap.
That's right. The single biggest complaint that we hear from retirees, and we're not talking about just our clients, we're talking about prospective new clients.
Of course.
They come to us and they're absolutely stunned at how much tax they pay in retirement. They thought that once they retired and didn't have an earned income, that somehow their taxes were going to be a lot less. But there's one key word, Erin, that comes to mind. It's called lifestyle. And people, when they get to retirement, they don't want to cut their lifestyle. So they start taking more income from those retirement plans that are fully taxable, and it causes their Social Security, provisional income tax to rise, and it causes that IRMAA that we talked about earlier on their Medicare premiums to rise. So taxes are something that need to be looked at, and we can help you with that here at Winston and Companies.
I don't want to take a pay cut in retirement, Winston.
Nope, nobody does. Nobody does. Nobody wants to eat Franken beans either. But they might have to if they don't take that tax situation into account.
Right. But again, there are some strategies they can put in place today. So Winston, if somebody wants to talk to you more about those strategies or how to avoid these penalties and fees, what's the best way to reach you?
Absolutely. Reach out to us at 602-456-1928. Once again, 602-456-1928, or visit us online at winstonandcompanies.com. You should see it on the screen there, and you can click on our calendar and schedule a visit. We'd be happy to visit with you.
That's great. All right, Winston, thank you.
Hey, thanks so much, Aaron. Great seeing you. Bye-bye.